We all experience that life is full of many, many problems, and this is often one of the reasons that we give for not taking up spirituality fully. We say, I have too many problems. I have financial problems, I have family problems, I have career problems, I have relationship problems, I have problems, and more problems. And in the midst of all of these problems, how can you expect me to take up spirituality in a concentrated way? Well, we may want to think for one moment how many problems Arjuna encountered in his life. When he was young, he was poisoned, he lost his father, he was stripped of the kingdom, so many injustices were committed against him, so many attacks, so much abuse. And then Arjuna came to the point where he had come to perhaps the greatest problem of his life. Now he was on a battlefield, faced with all his relatives, all his teachers, and so many other illustrious personalities who he would now have to contend with in a trial of arms. Arjuna had a lot of problems. And Krishna knew that Arjuna had many problems. And in the 11th chapter, Krishna wanted to allay all of Arjuna's concerns. And therefore Krishna showed a form which was unimaginable, a form which was so effulgent, a form called the universal form, the Vishvarupam, in which the entirety of creation, all the planets, all the species, all the demigods, all the living entities, a form in which past, present and future was all predicted. And importantly for us, a form in which Krishna showed to Arjuna that all of his enemies had already been killed, even though the battle had not even started. Therefore, Krishna in a wonderful verse to Arjuna says, Tasmat tvam utishta yasho labhashva jitva shatrun bhungshva rajam samriddham mayevaitani hatapurvameva nimita matram bhavasavya sachin. Krishna says, look Arjuna, all of your enemies, all of the obstacles have already been killed by my grace, and therefore Nimita matram bhavasavya sachin. All you have to do, Arjuna, is now become my instrument. This is amazing. Problems appear in our life. We learn from them. We grow from them. And then Krishna ultimately takes away each one of those problems. Problems are not meant to be an obstacle to our spirituality. The temporary appearance of problems come in order to help us to intensify our spirituality. Some people look up at God and say, God, take away all of my problems. What we don't understand is that God is looking down at us saying, but I sent all of those problems so that you can change yourself. The problem is not the problem. The problem is our reaction to the problem. There were two boys who had an alcoholic father. One of them turned out to be an alcoholic, and another one turned out in his life never to drink one drop of alcohol. This was fascinating. So they went and asked the alcoholic son, why did you become an alcoholic? His answer, I watched my alcoholic father. They went to the other son who never drunk one drop of alcohol in his whole life and asked him, why did you abstain from alcohol for your whole life? His answer, I watched my father who was an alcoholic. They both saw the same thing. They both experienced the same thing. They both went through the same thing. But the result was very, very different because their reaction was very, very different. In the 11th chapter, Krishna is saying these obstacles and problems, just see them as a stepping stone to your success. Some people see problems in opportunities, but other people see opportunities in problems. And therefore, if you're in this spiritual mindset, then you'll see that there is nothing which is disturbing or impeding your spiritual journey. You simply have to learn how to react. And Krishna says, I am there. I am there to help. And Krishna shows, I've resolved everything. Simply now, nimitta matram bhavasavya sachin. Now just become an instrument and act in my plan. And in this way, the excuse that I have too many obstacles and problems is not a very good excuse, because Krishna knows. Krishna has sent those, and Krishna will give you the power to overcome those, and Krishna will give you the intelligence to use those in such a way that you grow as a person and grow in your spirituality.
Krishna